Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Capril. It is tea today. What time is it here? It's 2 o'clock. It's a little, it's just not coffee time yet. So one of you, my good friend and client, Betty Johnson, noticed, she's very observant. She noticed in the last coffee videos that I had a shirt on that had French bulldogs on it, which I did. And if you'll notice this one, it's got guitars, it's got cowboy boots, and it's got circles with 3 stars, which is the symbol for Tennessee. So that one right there, it's on there. So there's this line of shirts called Roback, Rhoback. And a few years ago, Wes bought me one of them. And what's cool about these shirts, so if you're looking for a unique gift for a man, all right, they have all these themes to their shirts that could potentially reflect a hobby. So, for example, I have, in addition to this one, I have two that have pickleball paddles on it because I play pickleball. I have one that has trout on it, and a couple of others that have fly fishing, and there's a couple that have golf themes. So it's worth checking out. I mean, they're very nice shirts. They're not cheap. They're not stupidly expensive, but they're going to be about $100, but they last and they're really good. So anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I am. Okay. So here's a number I want you to write down. Ready? 13,710,000. All right, 13,710,000. And then next to that, I want you to write the number 17,000. All right, one of the most misunderstood concepts about taxes and what you can and what you can't do is based on those two numbers. And the issue here is gifting. So I'm a big proponent in generational gifting, assuming you're gifting money that you won't need and your heirs do need it. Because I think that if you're going to leave money to your heirs, I mean, if you're not, then click off this. But if you're going to leave money to your heirs, I think in many cases it would be beneficial for you to witness that gifting, at least whatever they're going to do with it. Even if they're not going to do anything with it, then it may not be a bad idea to gift them money that they can invest. And yeah, if you want, we can help you with that. Now, there are some advantages to waiting until death, some tax advantages. But if we're talking about, say, cash, then probably not. So every once in a while, I'll hear people tell me, well, we're gifting the limit every year. And I'm like, well, what's the limit? Now, I do know what the number is, but it's not the limit. So they will come back with 17,000. Used to be 10. Now it goes up every year. That's not the limit. You can gift $13,710,000 and still not pay any gift tax. Now, how is that? Well, here's the way the law says. The law says every year you get a free $17,000. You can give $17,000 to as many human beings as you want, right? But on top of that, you can also give another $13,710,000. But there's a slight catch. When you die, your estate is evaluated to determine if you're going to owe federal estate taxes. If your estate is under 13,710,000, then it's highly unlikely you're going to owe any federal estate taxes. And if you're married with good planning, you actually can get double that amount of money, right? So the question here is, do I just use the 17,000 every year, or could I give more than that? And if I do, then what you have, it's not really a question, it's more the way you do it. That $13,710,000 exemption does not have to be applied at death. So let's say, for example, one of you wanted to give to one of your children $50,000, right? Now you know that you can give 17,000. So what happens with that additional 33,000? Do I have to pay gift tax? No. What you're going to do is you're going to file a form when you do your taxes, and you're going to notify the IRS that say, "Hey, I know I've got this $17,000, $17 million, excuse me." So I got my numbers mixed up. I know I got this $13,710,000 that I can use as a um, exemption against federal estate taxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use up some of that money now. Specifically, I'm going to use up 33,000 of it. I'm going to apply the $17,000 credit that I get every year. It's not even a credit. You just let it do it. You don't even have to disclose it. But I am going to disclose the additional $33,000. So now, if you were to die at the end of the year, your estate would not be able to shelter 13,710,000. No, it would be 13,710,000 minus 33,000. That would be the amount of money that you could protect against federal estate taxes. Well, if your estate's well below that, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. So the point here is you don't have to wait until death to utilize that big exemption. But I don't want you to be caught up on that. I just want you to understand this. Unless you're looking to give more than $13,710,000, you can gift just about any amount of money to any person you want, and you will not owe taxes. You will have to file some forms. And if your estate were to grow, you will be utilizing up some of that deduction. But the number is so big that it really doesn't affect most people. So don't get caught up in this $17,000 a year number, right? It's not accurate. All the $17,000 number says is you don't have to report it. But even if you're going to give more than that, you will have to report it. It doesn't mean you're going to owe gift taxes. In fact, you're probably not, right? So I don't know how well I explain that to you, but I just want you to understand that this $17,000 per person number, it's not accurate. It's misinterpreted all the time, and it shouldn't be that way, right? So if you do want to make gifts and you want to go above and beyond that, you can do it. All right. Hope that helps. But you know what? Keep your money and enjoy it as well for yourself.